Good morning and welcome to the More Laughing in the Morning Show. I am your host, comedian Allison Moore. What's up? Time to wake up, time to wake up. This is episode 18. Today we're talking creating structure, order, schedules. Listen, today is the day for me, myself, where I'm like, time out. We're doing all this self-care, all of this getting your life in order physically on the outside. But I got to get my life in order in my house. Cause the sister struggling around here in these streets, huh? You ever woke up and you just felt like you just pull every which way? This chaos, this disorganization, the whole nine is keeping you from being able to think clearly. It's keeping you from being your most effective, your most productive. When that happens, you gotta pause and we got to set some stuff in order. And so that's exactly what has happened to me, where I realized without some more clarity, without some more discipline, some time management up here in these streets, your girl going down and I can't afford to go down. We got a talk show to produce. So I'm super excited about today. I'm super excited about waking up this morning, being positive, laughing, so I can get my life together and create some structure, some order, some schedules. We got this. So come on, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Let's go ahead and get a little music going. Let's dance a little bit and then we'll be right back. But it's time to get. It's time to get moving. It's time to get up, yeah. It's time to get moving. Hey, I'm up, I'm up, I'm up, I'm up. I'm up, I'm up, I'm up, I'm up. Come on. I'm up, I'm up, I'm up, I'm up. I'm up, I'm up, I'm up, I'm up. I'm up, I'm up, I'm up, I'm up. Come on. I'm up, I'm up, I'm up, I'm up.
And the only time I'm down is when I dance in.
In the shoulders, in the shoulders, in the shoulders. In the shoulders, in the shoulders, in the shoulders. In the shoulders, in the shoulders, in the shoulders. And the only time I'm down is when I'm dancing. In my knees, in my knees, in my knees, ayy. In my knees, in my knees, in my knees, ayy. In my knees, in my knees, in my knees, ayy.
And the only time I'm down is when I dance in.
In my feet, in my feet, in my feet, ayy. In my feet, in my feet, in my feet, ayy. In my feet, in my feet, in my feet, ayy. And the only time I'm down is when I'm dancing. In my back, in my back, in my back now. In my back, in my back, in my back now. In my back, in my back, in my back now. It's time to get up, yeah. It's time to get moving. It's time to get up, yeah. It's time to get moving. Hey, so come on, everybody, get up. I was dancing for y'all. No sound. I'm going to get this thing. I'm going to get it. This is why we started off the way that we started off. When I said to you, I need some structure. I need some structure, some order. I need a whole lot of things because I just refuse to get this sound situation right. This is a part of the journey. So welcome to the More Laughing in the Morning Show. Listen here, if this is your first time watching, I really appreciate you waking up and starting your day with us. What's going on here is I am comedian Allison Moore. The More Laughing in the Morning Show is the perfect blend of lifestyle, motivation, and comedy. So we wake up, we're upbeat, we're excited, we're positive, we laugh a little bit, and I am using this to learn how to grow and become a talk show host. What? That's my goal. That's my dream. I have a dream because I'm smart, as kind, as important. I could do this. But we got some kinks to work out along the way. Of course, we're in COVID-19 in the thick of things, so it's social distancing, and I'm trying to move cameras, and I'm doing the best I can, and I'm nervous, okay? So I forget to turn the sound off. What had happened is, when I go and try to be fancy and do the little morning song, right, I'll turn the microphone off so that y'all don't hear me coughing and snorting and chewing and all kinds of things in the background that might be going on. Then, when I come back, I be so focused, like, get this camera right, girl, and make sure you don't got no boogers in your nose, that I forget to turn the sound back on. Give me another chance. So you're part of the family now. Welcome, first timers. Those of you who you are waking up with us, you're growing with us, I appreciate you. So thank you so much for watching. Listen here. We on episode 18, y'all. That's growth. That's development. That's consistency. I'm proud. We're keeping it up. But I've realized I need some structure. I need more structure. I need more order. I need some schedules. Things in other places is falling apart. And so that's where I myself have to be held accountable to. Look, girl, if you are trying to go to the next level, you got these goals, you're trying to achieve them, you're going to go crazy if you don't have some kind of system. And I believe that organization, time management, that's a part of self-care too. Like, it's not just fix my little raggedy nails. That's just not the only part of self-care, man. Self-care is what I have going on with my time, making sure that I'm really intentional in my relationships, professionally, in different spaces, but that requires some order and some structure. And so that's why today's episode is what it is. I'm so excited. Today's episode is powered by TikTok Around the Clock. So we got sponsors. We're growing on this journey, but listen here, y'all. You ready for this? Y'all, we got a live studio audience. Huh? Good monkey, y'all, we got a live studio audience. We moving on up to the east. Okay, you didn't ask for that. Let me put y'all on game. Listen here. Look at your live studio audience. Y'all on the camera. Say, hey, wave to the camera. Wave to the camera. So what had happened was, I realized while I'm trying to be famous and be on TV, take this show from social media to TV, some other stuff around here in these streets is falling apart. Sister girl getting emails. We talked about this yesterday with people's grades going down the toilet. I said, now listen here, we're not doing that. See, in my mind, I thought that this whole e-learning situation with my older children was going to be fine. Because that's what some of y'all said, right? Parents, all you got to do is make sure these kids do their homework. That's what y'all said, right? It don't happen like that. It didn't happen like that. So teachers reached out to me like, hey, girl, hey, what's going on with your kids? I'm like, what? Well, they told me that they said their homework, you know? So what we're doing is like, okay, well, you know what? No more night school. Get your butt up in the morning with me and sit in here in the studio and do your work. Therefore, we got a live studio audience now. If I don't come back tomorrow, come check my trunk. That means they tried to take me out. But if I'm here in the morning, then that means they let me live to see another day. Next thing you know, I'm going to work these jokers and teach them how to do these cameras so we ain't got to worry about the sound no more. It's all coming together. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I want you to think about your space today. Think about yourself. Think about your life. Ask yourself, okay, is there a space where I can have some more order, some more structure? COVID-19 has come in and flipped our world upside down. So for me, I'm just like responding. You know, I am living out of a reactive place. Somebody calls, okay, I answer. Someone needs something, okay, I do it. I forget something, okay, I'm responding. It's response. But then that puts you in a situation where you're chasing down behind the ball. I don't want to chase down behind the ball. I want to be able to predict. I want to be more proactive. I want to have more control and organization with what's going on. Even though we're at home, we're working more, we're doing more because people feel like we have more flexibility. And in some cases we do. However, it just bleeds. The lines begin to be blurred. And then you find that you've never had a designated spot to rest, designated time slot to refuel, a designated time slot to just enjoy life or to reprocess or to meditate or to pray. Everything, all lines are being blurred and crossed. And then you're feeling overwhelmed, overstimulated, you're frustrated, and that drives us deeper into depression. It drives us deeper into anxiety. And listen here,
I ain't got no time for this. I don't have enough deodorant to be anxious, more anxious than what I already am. I can't do it. I can't do it. I cannot be your best from social media to TV talk show host. I can't do it. I can't do it. And I can't be getting these emails talking about my kids failing, because y'all know how embarrassing that is. If I'm like, we made it to TV, all I can see is going to TV in the fall. Okay, you see it? Picture this. I wish I had a screen. Do I got a screen I could do that? No, I'm going to just reflip this logo. Yeah. Oh, no. I got something. You ready? Picture this. In the fall, you and I sitting in the studio for the More Laughing in the Morning show, live on TV, episode 1. I'm there, super nervous, very, very nervous. You're there, nervous for me because you've been on this journey. Like, girl, don't mess us up. We've been on alone. Don't mess us up. And doggone, my kids got to repeat the same grade because this whole time I've been worried about a daggone show and they can't do their work. No, that's not balanced. So I'm like, all right, I gotta get my priorities straight. If I'm already up in the morning, then they can come and be up with me too. I can watch their butt. They can be irritated by the fact that they gotta hear me talk about them. And then we have good grades. We're on TV. I'm feeling like a good mom. You are proud of me. And we're in this together. So be inspired to think about things in your life. What are you already doing? If we're already up at a certain amount of time, how can we maybe be more organized or systematic in our planning and our achieving, so that things are just not all over the place, and then we can feel and see the accomplishments. What you think? Huh? Okay, well, hey, listen. That's what we got. All right. I am so excited about today's show. Like I said, we are powered by TikTok around the clock. And so, as you know, the sponsorship has been happening in our Coronation Homeschool segment. So, Coronation Homeschool is where I teach my kindergartner how to read and write the words of the people who are sponsoring the episode. Again, I gotta do what I gotta do. We gotta bring all of this stuff together. So I got 2 teenagers in high school. We got a kindergartner. I'm trying to be a TV talk show host. So my kindergartner is working with me, or I'm working with him, teaching him how to spell, read, and write. And it just so happened to be the name of the business that's sponsored. This week, our sponsor is TikTok Around the Clock Childcare. TikTok is in Hampton, Virginia. They are servicing parents all over the 757. Essential workers that still have to go out there. TikTok Around the Clock is very flexible with extended hours, early in the morning, late at night. You can take your baby there. They're very acclimated and really effective and efficient in the social distancing time and keeping your babies clean, their facility clean, so that we don't have no issues while you got to go to work. So shout out to them. And I want you to see our commercial. We're learning how to spell. We're adding on some new words. Come on, see Brother Shane, him learning his words.
But it's time to get, but it's time to get, but it's time to get up. Yeah. It's time to get moving.
Okay, you guys spell child care.
Child care? I'm not so child or care.
What?
Damn sense.
In the shoulders, in the shoulders, in the shoulders. In the shoulders, in the shoulders, in the
Twice today. Yesterday, I have no issue with the sound. Today is just, it is what it is. Yeah. Any one of y'all want to come over here and sit outside my door and do the little sound and the camera thing? I'm not gonna quit. I'm not gonna quit because we in this together. We're not gonna quit. But good gracious, this is frustrating. Okay, so look. So we have our segment this time next year. So our this time next year segment is all about where we are learning from industry experts and super exciting people, like the most interesting people that I know that are coming on, interviewing with me and sharing tips and hacks and tools and resources that help us to be where we want to be this time next year. So in our community, we're all about building, growing. We're all about becoming our best people. And we recognize that the way that we do that is all about who do we know, like learning from people, growing with people, creating circles and spaces and environments, communities in which people are moving forward. Time out for hanging with these low blow Joes. I'm trying not to talk about none of them in case they're watching, but these blood sucking, draining people that are not moving forward, that we're not growing from. I want to learn from the best. I want to see people who are moving forward, people who are doing their thing in whatever their sphere is. I'm chatting with them in my closet because I'm doing the best I can, y'all. Okay, I gotta be in my closet because I can't let everything. My whole house is locked down. The people can't say nothing in the morning. I gotta keep my kitchen pristine so I could be up here, even though y'all can't hear me in the sound half the time. Then I got one corner off that I gotta do for my homeschool communication. Another corner that I'm doing with my ass auntie. So my house is like, look. There are other people who live here too. So in my best effort to keep things moving and to have a set, I gotta do my interviews in my closet. Plus two, they be loud, y'all. They halfway don't like me around here. So they make all kinds of noise and stuff, and that's the best way. So if you got questions like, why is she in her closet? That's why I'm hiding. I want to have an interview, and I want to talk to these people without being interrupted so that we can learn some of the best things that help us to be where we want to be this time next year. Today's guest, I'm super excited about. Her name is Eris McCoy. Eris is a superhero. I'm going to let you hear about her story, but some of the biggest things that I took away from that is all about how effective she's been with her time management, with her structure, her schedule. I'm like, you know what, Queen? I got to come on here. So enjoy the episode enjoy the interview, and we'll be right back. Well, thank you so much, Eris, for joining us. I'm so excited to have you on our show. Welcome.
I'm grateful to be here and even put on my grateful shirt.
Yay! And you pop it too. All that melanin and that pretty color. I need that shirt. I have a couple of questions for you. So one of our viewers, they have family members, loved ones who are managing chronic illnesses. Quite a few of our audience members have them on their own. So having you here is such an awesome opportunity to just, spread some inspiration, some hope, some joy, and some of your wisdom. Talk to us about what you do for your own self-care.
So I have Hashimoto's. Hashimoto's is a disease where your body essentially attacks itself. And it causes so many different symptoms. But in respect to this conversation, I think the symptom that comes to mind is the fatigue. Trying to manage life, manage having a child, a husband, work, staying physically fit. The fatigue is definitely a challenge. So, self-care means something different for all of us. Some it may be getting their nails and hair done. For me, self-care is really about moving my body, exercising, and eating properly, because one of the ways you manage Hashimoto's is through diet and what you put in your body. Moving my body in some way. Right now, I'm on a quest to do it for 30 days straight because the fatigue makes it a challenge. So sometimes you have to be your own cheerleader. The other thing that's really important for me is to make sure I have the correct food at home. With Hashimoto's, we can't run to the grocery store every other day. So I've become better at planning and managing my meals. And surprisingly, now that we're on lockdown, I'm eating a lot better than before we were on lockdown. So for me, that's what self-care is, taking care of my body, and then my mental and spiritual health as well, which includes sleep and meditation, two things I struggle with. But without struggle, there is no reward. So I continue to work on those items.
So what do you do to maintain a healthy work-life balance, particularly with working from home?
So I would imagine for all of us, it's difficult right now. And I'm working from home. We have an 11-year-old who's in advanced classes, taking orchestra. We're having to teach her that from home. So what I found is that I have to have a schedule. That schedule is not necessarily set in stone, but by 6 o'clock every day, I have to be completed with work, my workout, and teaching her whatever we need to teach her for the day, and be started cooking dinner by 6 so we can eat no later than 7. It's a juggling act. Successful most days, but not all days.
I also have a question in regards to how you communicate and navigate between your family as well as your employer with managing your illness. I remember when I worked in human resources, we would have employees sometimes that wouldn't even be comfortable with sharing that's what they were going through because it was very private to them. They would kind of keep it private, but then they would have needs and things for being off. They would have challenges that they would be going through. So are there any tips that you can share with our audience with how to communicate your needs either to your family and to your employer?
That's actually a good question, considering that COVID is going on right now. I'm fortunate in that I have a leadership team who I respect and they respect me. So there's always been open communications. As a person who's managed for quite a few years, I think it's important to let your employees know you care about them. You don't have to be in your business, but employees need to know that you care about their mental, physical health, or it makes it difficult for them to communicate to you. I've always advised people, even when I was managing them, it's your time. If you need to take it off, take it off. If you're not comfortable speaking to your manager directly, you find someone in that organization who you can speak to. And if there is no one in that organization that cares about you as an individual, maybe it's time to start seeking other opportunities.
Okay, so this one is for me. I know, I'm sure, because I'm queen of doing too much, queen of loud and wrong, queen of over, just exactly what I'm doing right now, too much. So can you tell me some common things that people say, even with good intentions, so that we can be educated? Because in our community, our More Laughing in the Morning family, we want to be better people, right? So tell us what kind of retarded stuff that we be saying that's offensive that we may not realize it, so we ain't got to do this anymore.
So for me, I've really not had people say offensive things to me during this journey of trying to balance a chronic. I think the one thing I've seen during COVID, people just post things, and I never take it personal, but I try to educate people. One thing that I've seen posted quite a few times is, why are people wearing masks in cars? People with compromised immune systems, we don't want to touch our faces until we get home and wash our hands. So, but that's nothing directed toward me. It's just something that I see. And I think people are curious and also find it funny. So I always, live by, you never know what someone else is going through or what they're being challenged with. So try and always operate in a spirit of understanding, compassion, and kindness.
I'm so glad that you were on the show today, just to add value, to help us level up, be our best people. Before we go, is there anything that you would like to share, any messages with our community?
Well, the last thing I want to leave with, whether you have a chronic illness or not, I think it's so important for everyone to make time for the things that they love. Two things I'm passionate about is travel and running, even though my running has changed quite a bit since my diagnosis. But I just completed my 7-continent marathon journey.
Well, go ahead and drip on us then, Queen. Go ahead and drip away then. Get out this closet and go run.
I'm so proud of myself for that because, again, the diagnosis really changed running, how fast I could run, how often I could run. And instead of giving up and feeling bad about my current situation, I just feel so abundantly blessed that I was able to cross that finish line. Always do is set your soul on fire, even if you have to modify the plan.
Good, 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 good. You heard it here first, folks. Thank you so much for your time,
Thank you.
Eris. I appreciate you. Until next time, Queen Toodles.
And have a blessed day.
Cool. Got up the sound. Ooh, it was real close though, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, and we're back. Ooh, they can't hear me. We got this. Thanks again to Eris McCoy for joining us, y'all. Eris got my whole life together in that closet. Well, let's talk about that. I'm like, okay, I got to do better. I can't even get these people to return an assignment on an email here around my house, and they doing orchestra. Now, everybody has their own life, right? So this is not to say, oh, you compare your life to my life, I compare my life to you, and then I measure my effectiveness or my success based on what you're able to do and achieve. That's not what we're saying here. You have to measure your success, your life, your whatever based on your capacity. I know my capacity. I know what more I can be doing. I know in what spaces I am doing the best I can. Like right here, this technical piece, I don't know if I can do more than this. I don't know. It's just too much anxiety going on. I think this is the best that I can do. But with my time, with my attention, with what I'm doing in my off time, I can do a little bit better than that. And so I appreciate having conversations and building and growing with people that inspire me to look at where I could iron out some wrinkles in my own life. And this conversation that I had with Eris was one of those that was like, okay, girl, all right, you could be a lot more effective, which then brings down some anxiety, which then helps you have a more clear of a mind, which helps you in a lot of ways. If you focus, if you have more structure, if you create a tighter schedule, if you get these kids up with you in the morning so that they can be doing their homework and sitting at that table with you too. And so that's what we're doing. So I'm really excited and so grateful for that. And I hope that you have also been inspired. That obviously with Eris and I, we talked about quite a few things. So any of you who are enduring chronic illnesses, any of you who are going through some sensitive things at home, make sure that you're doing like what she says. I encourage you to reach out, to communicate to the people. Now is not the time for you to be holding these things inside. Or if you realize that you're not comfortable with talking to people, then we got to find new environments to be taking our talents to be working. Also, did she not get us straight? She got me straight, y'all, with that whole talking about the people with the mask on in their car. It's like, oh. Anyway, all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, listen. Your girl got to come on here and get these people straight at my house. I am, as soon as I hang this up, I am myself going to make sure that I have a clear lines, that I'm focusing, that I'm creating some more structure, some more organization so that I could be my best for myself. This is self-care. I got to get my whole entire life together. And I hope that today you have been either inspired by the fact that regardless, we don't give up in this community, whether we can get this sound right or not. I'm going down about this sound. Can you tell? I'm having it hard. Whether we can get, life is full of obstacles. We are in our own way. Let's just move past it together. We're moving forward. Maybe you're motivated like me to let's get some structure. Let's go back and look at what we were doing and measure and see, is that effective? Is it working for us? Should we scale back? Should we add on? And if nothing more, I hope that you've been able to laugh, because that's what we are all about. Waking up, starting our day, laughing, being motivated, being inspired, because we got this, y'all. We got this. We got things to do. By this time next year, we're going to be looking back like, I remember last year when we were in COVID-19, that was challenging, but look at us now. So I'm really excited about growing with you. I'm really excited about where we're going to be. Thank you so very much for watching. Thank you very much to TikTok Around the Clock for sponsoring this, making sure that it happens. At least at a minimum, I can feed my kids tonight. Thank you very much for that. Special thanks to the More Laughing in the Morning Show team. That's Richard Press, Sheree James. These are credits, y'all. If this is your first time watching, these are credits. Roslyn Gervin, Paris Boynes, Tabitha McNeil, Amar Diaz, Laura Kinsey, and me, your sound producer. The More Laughing in
Wait, no, I already said that. The More Laughing in the Morning Show is brought to you in part by blah, blah, blah. Okay, look. We've been on this journey, right? If you've noticed, at the end, we'll play the song again. I got fancy the last couple of days and was able to show us dancing. I do want you to know so that y'all don't think that I just am sitting right here and got no rhythm. I can't hear the sound, so I can't I can't hear what you hear. So if I am off in my dance, it's just the song that's in my heart, but I can't hear it, okay? Don't be talking about me. I see some of y'all comments. I do stream live where you see this live, but I can't see it. I got like a 10-second lag time. So that's why when y'all are commenting, I can't read your comments in that moment, or it'd be like 30 minutes ago, and I'm like, what we talking about? Okay, the show over. Why am I still talking? All right, bye. Tune in tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're here live on Facebook. We upload in YouTube. Please do me a favor, jump over to YouTube and subscribe to the page. I think we got like 15 subscriptions. Moving on. Okay, no singing. Also, we have a page in Facebook, The More Laughing in the Morning Show. Soon we're going to go over there and be streaming from there so that you can easily find us instead of going figuring it all out through my comedian Allison Moore page. Good news. Okay, these are announcements. This announcement's for y'all because y'all the real studio audience. So we are in conversations with people about putting this show on TV for real. A lot sooner than even what I thought. So I'm like, okay, God, that's great. So I really got to get this sound going. So thank you so much for being on this journey with me. I'm really excited about what we can do together. I need y'all. Don't leave me now, though. We together. Anime? Bye. See y'all tomorrow.
But it's time to get up. It's time to get up. It's time to get up. Yeah. It's time to get moving. It's time to get up. Yeah. It's time to get moving. Hey. I'm up. I'm up. Come on. I'm up. Come on. I'm up.
And the only time I'm down is when I dance in.
In the shoulders, in the shoulders, in the shoulders. In the shoulders, in the shoulders, in the shoulders. In the shoulders, in the shoulders, in the shoulders. And the only time I'm down is when I'm dancing. In my knees, in my knees, in my knees, ayy. In my knees, in my knees, in my knees, ayy. In my knees, in my knees, in my knees, ayy.
And the only time I'm down is when I dance in.
In my feet, in my feet, in my feet, ayy. In my feet, in my feet, in my feet, ayy. In my feet, in my feet, in my feet, ayy. And the only time I'm down is when I'm dancing. In my back, in my back, in my back now. In my back, in my back, in my back now. In my back, in my back, in my back now. It's